We have a saturated market, so there's also a lot of people that can do it, right? Or that want to do it. And so let's take the good ones, steal their ideas, like make them, water them down, and then present them to the rest of the world as, your Waka Flockas and your Soldier Boys and all that jazz. I would say, yeah, if you want to make a lot of money, you do have to be like relevant, and you do have to have something new and fresh. I mean, that's like hip hop. I think since the beginning, it's been fashion, and it's been there's been trend that's been very important and intrinsic to hip hop. It's like, yo, how am I gonna wear my hat today? How am I gonna wear my glasses today? How am I gonna wear my shirt today? And it's always something new. And so it's like that fashion, and then it's different rhyme styles. Like I rhyme this way, you rhyme that way, and that different rhyme styles define different boroughs. I'm not telling you guys anything new if you're heads. So I don't know. Like I think there is relevance that's necessary to make a lot of money, but I don't know even if that's like some sort of like social indoctrination in and of itself. Like, do you feel like when you listen to Rakim that he's not socially relevant or relevant to hip hop as it stands? Like I don't care, right? I don't care what you think. I don't care what the man thinks. I'm gonna speak my mind, and I'm gonna get my information out there. You saw the same thing in lots of other counterculture movements, and you saw that in punk. You're seeing that in like dubstep right now. You're seeing that. You saw that like even in like simple like things that you might hate. Like even certain types of like classical music were counterculture, right? And so hip hop represents this counterculture, and what's happening, I think, is where you see this plateau, or where you see this sort of like degradation in hip hop is the fact that there's nothing to react against anymore, right? There's nothing to be angry about in hip hop anymore, because you sell 2 million albums, and that's normal, and it's not like, okay, I sold 10,000 albums out of the back of my truck, as I still was like selling crack on the corner and paying for my 8 babies, whatever, so like. And that was real to them, in the hood, right? Why are you laughing? So like, I think counterculture creates the tension, and that's what creates the art form, right? So like, I think honestly, without the pain, there is no art. Yeah.
What do you consider as whack, and what would you consider whack?
Oh, okay. That sounds like a question of taste, like aesthetics, right? And you can't really, I guess, judge somebody else's taste. You can't be like, hey, what you listen to is garbage, and what I listen to is genius and sophisticated, But I guess kind of what I consider whack, and I can't say there's a specific person, like this person has all of the characteristics of somebody that is horrible, except Gucci Mane, he's terrible. But like, everybody, like, there are times when some of my favorite MCs of all time, the second Cannabis record was horrible, right? The first Cannabis record I thought it was brilliant. It shouldn't have been produced by Wyclef, but there were things that I loved about each one of those records, and I guess the easiest way to describe it is something that's whack is somebody that doesn't have I would say relevant lyrics, and I mean socially relevant in the sense of where that person is coming from in that specific time. I hope to once again have a conversation with each and every one of you at some point in time. I believe Ernie is coming on next. Yeah. And what's happening is I'm going to be in the back. I'm going to set up. I'm going to be doing some live art. And at some point in time, if you guys want to come up and talk to me, and I want it to be an interactive experience. So I want you to tell me things about hip hop that you love, and I'm going to try to incorporate those into an art piece that I'm going to donate to the UHU. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So that's it for me.
So let's keep it moving. I know a lot of you here are excited to see Mr. Brother Ernie Paniccioli. So rather than have myself introduce him, I thought it would be fitting to actually have one of our brilliant mural artists, wonderful guy all around, and also a culinary genius over there, Miigizi, otherwise known as Now, but Miigizi is what he goes by. He's going to come up here and talk to you, share a few words about his actual art that he's doing, sorry. for the festival, as well as share some words about Brother Ernie. All right? Okay, Miigizi.
I just want to start off by saying Ani bonjour, wish que c'est Miigizi Nene. My name is Whistling Eagle Man. I'm from the Martin clan. I'm from the Anishinaabe First Nations. I come from a small community up north. And I am one of the mural artists. I don't want to just say that I limit myself to say I'm a graffiti artist. I'm an artist. I love making images with my hands. I love telling stories. I love telling the stories of my traditions with my hands. You know, so what I love to do now is I love to put those stories onto walls. We used to put them on rocks. We have walls now, so mediums changed. It's called adaptation, but I don't want to take too much of Mr. Paniccioli, Brother Ernie's time. The mural, what we're really trying to portray in it is returning back to the roots of hip-hop. And the only way we can really do that I firmly believe, is reconnecting the generations, listening to your elders, and also educating the younger ones. So we have to, there's a cycle, and it's not until we break that cycle that real education and real change will happen. And a lot of the imagery that I got was from Brother Ernie's mouth, was from his spirit. It's about the spirit of hip-hop and how it is manifested into 4 forms, that being DJing, MCing, would be graffiti, and DJ, MCing, graffiti, and breakdancing. And I like to mirror that with, you know, those energies were always there. Look at traditional dances, look at traditional imagery, look at our storytellers, our medicine people from all over the world. And just say how refreshing it was to see our Brother Ernie's face and talk, because when he spoke to me, or when he was talking, it was like having one of my community members sit me down and actually talk to me, and look me in the eye, and talk to me, okay? And I listened. And I just want to say, Chimigwech, thank you very much.
Just give me one man and one woman. I'm not going to saw you in half. Come here. Come here. Give me a man. Come on. Any man. Come on. Come on. I'm not going to hurt you. I swear. Come on. Okay. Now I need one more man. And since they didn't give me a blackboard and anything to write on, we have to do this another way. Okay. What I'm going to tell you and what I'm going to share with you is no joke. So if you have a cell phone, put it on vibrate. I'm about to show you things that you should have been taught at birth. I need one more man. One more man. One man, please. Come here. No, there's nothing to write on with that. There's no markers. You got markers? Bring it up. Bring it on. Okay. What I'm going to show you is deadly serious. And, you know, respect to the brother who was speaking before, but it's about time that someone that was there tells you not only what happened, but the mathematics of what we potentially have. And anything that I do today, I'm going to use the backdrop of Egypt and Libya. And I don't know if any of you are aware of what's going on in Madison, Wisconsin right now. They stopped the government. They stopped it. And I had been at Madison. I had been at that university, and I spoke 3 times. Me, Dead Prez, Chuck D, different brothers and sisters went there, including the son of the Black Panther, Fred Hampton Jr., and that was killed by the police. So we were there, and we activated that, and that spark has taken off. So this is serious. These 2 people here, and I'm glad of their color because we all started in Africa. That's not my opinion, that's a fact. They make love. And he comes out. Now, who in here knows when we started on this planet? Anyone, come on. 100 years ago, 1,000? Thousands, that's close. Okay, now, watch this. This is these 2 people here. Okay, right there. And this man here is here. Okay? Now, in between their lovemaking, or subsequent to their lovemaking, and they're making children, and those children making love and making children and so on. We got to here. Okay? So he's going to represent here. They're going to represent there. And this could be 3 million years. No one knows. Because in Turkey, they just found high civilization with laser-precise cut stones that are over 12,000 years old, which goes back before allegedly before the Great Pyramids. And I was just in England, where they have Stonehenge, which is about 5,000 years old. One day somebody walked up and said, we're going to make something that will teach you how to study our brothers out there. And just 2 days ago, I found out that the Hubble Space Telescope had found that in the Milky Way, which is one galaxy, a relatively small, insignificant galaxy, there are something like 500 billion, would it be, planets. Of those 500 billion planets, there are 300 million that are in the Goldilocks zone. You remember Goldilocks is not too hot, not too cold? There are 300 million that can possibly sustain life. If you take 10% of that, that's 30 million that most likely have life. Now, on this planet, they made love. They had children, blah, blah, blah. And we got to here. And this man represents the here. Now, here we are, 2011, and we're in February 2011, and this guy comes, and he wakes up, and he don't feel right. He got a spirit on him. And he says, what you looking at? And he kills him. And my man is dead. So you get out of here. He's dead. But look, they didn't just kill a man. Watch. They destroyed 3 million years that it took to make that man. You didn't get here by yourself. You have parents and grandparents, and many of us don't know our parents and grandparents, or great-grandparents. We think that, you know, mommy and daddy, or maybe no daddy. When you take a life, in your case, taking his life, you disrupt that life cycle, you disrupt that flow, you disrupt that spirit, and you don't have a right to do that. Think about that. And think about the time that it takes to make this man. And think about the disruption all the way back to them. Think about that. That's lesson number 1. Thank you very much. Thank you. The brother that introduced me, his name is Nile. And if you know about the Nile, it was a source of life. The pyramids were a mathematical wonder. The Great Pyramid is a mathematical wonder that many of you people that are studying engineering, art, science, mathematics, religion, and other things would be well advised to just look at where it is on the face of the earth, the dimensions and the internal mechanism that was put there to remind people of all generations to come that we were here and we knew what we were doing. Now I'm going to tell you the origin of hip-hop, and the brother hinted on it. Hip-hop did not start, as the other brother said, in 1979. It did not start in 1969. It did not start in 1959. It's always been here. It's an ancient vibe. We call it hip-hop now. That's an ancient vibe. It's ancient. We've always had the drum. We have always had the b-boys. We've always had the graffiti artists. We've had all of that. Oh, but we didn't have the turntables, did we? But we had what? We had our voices and we had the drum. And the DJ is just the latest manifestation of the drum. The dump, dump, dump. And we're primal creatures and we follow the dump, dump, dump. He never thought that he would be known as the father of all mankind. So that has always been with us. And I'm going to tell you where hip-hop started here. In this existence, In 1974,